Hello, Dallas Johnson here. I want you to know I have created several dealer training manuals that will expedite the entire process of obtaining your dealer's license. I have done hundreds of hours of research on dealer licensing, so you don't have to. And I've included all of this research in your state's dealer training manual. Maybe you've taken one of my courses, or maybe you are currently a licensed dealer and you want to take advantage of some additional profit strategies that you may not be aware of. Or if you're starting from scratch and you're not sure where to start, the dealer training manuals I have created are going to cut out hundreds of hours of research for you when you're obtaining your license for the first time. Or if you just want a big physical hard copy of the dealer manual that you downloaded when you took one of my online training classes, you can order that. Or if you just need additional copies of that big physical manual that you received in one of my in-person training classes that I conduct all over the United States, this is your opportunity to order your own copyrighted dealer training manual that is not available anywhere else. I do my very best to keep these manuals current with all brand new state and federal guidelines. If you go to your web browser and type in dealermanual.com, once again, that's dealermanual.com, you're going to be taken to the Automobile Dealer Training Association's Mimeo printing marketplace, and the specific manual for the state you're getting licensed in can be ordered, or you can order the All States Dealer Manual that will show you generalized dealer licensing guidelines for your state. And your manual can be shipped to you in as little as 24 hours, so you can get one of these tomorrow on your desk if you want to. When you land on the dealer manual ordering page, you're going to see my picture at the bottom of the page there, and you can just click on the All Products link at the left of the page and easily view all the dealer training manuals that I've wrote in my many years as lead instructor for the Automobile Dealer Training Association. And I want you to be aware, these are big, beefy, thick manuals that you can set on your desk. I'm a person who likes to have a book in my hand, but if you're like me, then you'd like to have one of these more than likely. But these are very extensive. Some of these manuals have over 300 pages, and this is something you can set on your desk and refer back to. If you did take one of our dealer training classes and downloaded the digital version, this is the identical digital version, but it is in print, and it's pretty substantial, pretty thick, as you can see here, and I believe that you're going to find it very, very beneficial with your business. So what you can do, you can actually scroll through here and you can view the details on any of the manuals that you are actually interested in. And I want you to be aware I am adding more and more manuals as we speak. So if you do not see your state, then you can order the all states version or check back soon. And I'm going to have all the manuals that I possibly can have posted on here for you in the very near future. Now, I am so confident that you'll want to order one of these manuals that I'm going to let you in on a little secret. After you click the View Details on this page, you can click on that little play button that you see here, and you can actually view every single page of the manual that you're getting ready to order, so you can make sure that this is going to be beneficial to you before you actually make the investment. So you can literally scroll through here and look at every single page before you actually order your manual. As you can see here, this is a sample of the Texas Dealer Training Manual that I wrote for Texas dealers, but whatever state manual you can order, you're going to have that specific content for your state, or you can order that All States Dealer Manual. But I have written a manual for the actual state you're getting licensed in, then you'll be able to order the specific manual for that state, and you will be able to view every single page of this manual before you actually order it. And you're going to see some really beneficial contact information for your state's dealer licensing agency. And that might be your state DMV or your Bureau of Motor Vehicles or your Department of Transportation or your Department of Revenue. Every state has a different agency that regulates dealer licensing, but each state agency that regulates dealers has specific office instructions and contact information that will assist licensed motor vehicle dealers with the process of either obtaining your license or assisting you after you've obtained your license. And your dealer training manual is going to show you the content information and contact information for your state's dealer licensing office that's located at your state capital. And you're going to see their mailing addresses, phone numbers, emails, and websites of your state's dealer licensing office, which is going to be located in the capital city of your state. I have spent a considerable amount of time locating this contact information, which tends to be hidden on state websites. It can be extremely hard to locate your state's dealer licensing contact information, especially the technical support phone numbers and emails that are included in your dealer training manual. I've scanned the internet finding these resources, and I do believe this is going to save you a lot of time and research when you are starting your new business. So this is going to allow you to contact your specific state agency, whether you have questions on how to obtain your license, or once you've obtained your license, you will easily be able to contact your state licensing office for unlimited technical support. But I do believe this manual will answer all of your questions, so you probably won't have to contact your state agency because your manual will cover all the different types of licenses as well. So you'll need to decide on which type of license is best for you, and the license categories are going to be broken down in your manual as well. Next, your manual will cover every single step that you must complete in order to initially apply for your dealer's license. Once again, I've taken the multitude of hours that I have researched to streamline the startup process for you. And the manual is going to break down each pre-licensing step to allow you to complete those steps as quick as possible so you can apply for your dealer license as soon as possible and open your business as soon as possible and start making some money as soon as possible. Your manual will streamline the entire startup process. Your manual also has step-by-step instructions to show you how to apply for your license correctly. If you submit an incorrect dealer license application, your state's not going to call you on your cell phone and tell you that you're missing documents and send it to a specific dealer licensing employee in the dealer licensing office. No, they never do that. I've been helping entrepreneurs like you get a dealer's license for many, many years, and dealer license agencies rarely call you and will never contact you via phone or email to let you know you're missing some document on your application. They're more than likely going to send you some sort of deficiency letter, and you might get that a couple of weeks later. So, in my experience, when you submit a correct application, you should get the license back in about 1 to 6 weeks. But incomplete dealer applications really put the brakes on things and can delay dealer license approval for several months. And this is the norm. An incomplete dealer application will delay the start of your business by several months. So you have to ensure that you are completing the dealer license application correctly. And I'm going to show you how to do that in your manual. As you can see here in your manual, you're going to walk step by step, screenshot by screenshot through the whole process of applying for your license correctly. And this manual will cover that process extensively so you can submit a correct application and get your license back as soon as possible. One thing I want you to be aware is that when you obtain your dealer's license, if you're doing anything that is against the law, you can get your license suspended or possibly permanently revoked. When you're getting ready to get your dealer's license, you're going to find that this tends to be a very profitable license, and we tend to be a tightly regulated industry because we tend to be very high profit. So your state does have some rules and regulations to follow, and there are clear actions that can lead to a license suspension. When it comes to your dealer's license, I always feel that the state can giveth and the state can taketh away. So you never want to do anything that could lead to the loss of your dealer's license, and your dealer manual has specific guidelines on how to avoid a license suspension. Your manual is going to show you how to avoid vehicles that have had their odometers tampered with as well. Your manual is going to show you how to legally disclose odometer information on vehicles that you're selling. All states require some type of odometer disclosure information, especially when you're selling a vehicle that has an incorrect odometer. And you're going to learn how to legally disclose odometer information in your dealer training manual. I'm also going to show you how to look up the latest odometer reading of a vehicle, so you'll be able to know if you're buying or acquiring a vehicle that has had the odometer altered. So we definitely want to stay away from those vehicles. If you have any questions on how to file corporation documents with your state, your dealer training manual has answers for that as well. If you're not sure whether you should start your new business as a sole proprietor, an LLC, or corporation, or a partnership, or a not-for-profit, your dealer manual will help you decide which business entity is the best for you when you're starting your new business. It has clear definitions of business entities, and after you study the manual, you're going to know the difference between a sole proprietor, an LLC, a partnership, or corporation, so you can decide which business entity is the best for you. Your manual will have specific contact information for your state's Secretary of State office to answer those business entity questions as well, but I think your dealer manual will explain those entities for you so you won't have to contact your Secretary of State if you don't need to. When you decide which business entity is right for you, Your dealer manual will show you screenshot by screenshot on how to register your new business with your state's Secretary of State office to ensure that you are 100% compliant with all state laws. Almost every single state in the country requires that you do some type of business name registration with your Secretary of State's office. Most states require a dealer to obtain an employer identification number as well. I'm going to make a very confident prediction. If you get your dealer's license, I predict that your income is going to go up dramatically. This tends to be a very high profit business. When you obtain your dealer's license and see what vehicles are selling for in the dealer auction lanes and what you're selling them for a week later on your lot, you're going to realize this is a very high profit business, and you're probably going to wish you'd gotten a dealer's license many years ago. Well, with that increase in your income, the federal government is going to want a little bit of that action at tax time. You must be prepared to pay your taxes on your newfound income. To prove to your state that you are in fact going to pay your taxes on your newfound income, you must have an employer identification number. There are some companies that will charge you $500 or more to obtain your employer identification number for you. Well, in your manual, I'm going to show you how to get your employer identification number for free right on the IRS website. This step alone can save you hundreds of dollars in startup costs for your new business. Once you've obtained your dealer license, the manual gets right into showing you how to make as much money as possible. And that's why you're obtaining your dealer's license in the first place, right? So you can make as much money as you can. Your manual is going to show you how to complete a title as a licensed motor vehicle dealer, because licensed dealers complete titles differently than a person that does not have a dealer's license. Your manual is going to show you how to buy a vehicle, mark it up as high as you can, and then sell it for maximum profits. Once again, this manual is going to cut hours and hours of research in this process so you can save time by not researching all the startup requirements and start running your business as soon as possible. Your manual has an extensive section on how you can complete titles as a licensed motor vehicle dealer. Many times it's just going to be you and a customer completing that deal. So your customer is going to look to you for your expertise when completing that title, and you're going to be a titling expert after you order your dealer training manual. Most states allow you to use what's called a reassignment form as well, and we call that a title writer that will allow you to sell a vehicle that's had all the reassignment spaces full, and your manual is going to show you how to order reassignment forms from your state so you'll be able to sell a vehicle that has been sold multiple times by other dealers. Very simple to do. If your state allows you to do this, I'm definitely going to show you how. Once you have sold the vehicle and made your profits, your manual is going to show you how to order the customer's new title to the vehicle that you sold. Almost all states require a dealer to either order the customer's new title or to possibly assist them with their title application. Your manual is going to show you how to do that as well. The applications are covered extensively for titles in your dealer training manual. I think you're going to find this very, very informational. Your manual will also show you how to order and legally use your dealer license plates, or what we call your D tags. Your state has strict guidelines on how you can legally use your dealer license plates. And when I show you how to legally use your D tags, you're going to realize a lot of dealers are using their dealer plates illegally. And states are really going after dealers that are using their dealer plates illegally. So I want to show you how to legally use your dealer plates so you'll be able to keep those dealer plates for many, many, many years. In your manual, you're also going to learn how to issue temporary tags. And these are those paper license plates that you can see on vehicles that were recently sold. Each state does have their own temporary tag guidelines. And in your dealer training manual, you're going to learn how to legally issue temporary tags to your customers so they can drive that vehicle that you've sold them while they're waiting for the vehicle to be officially registered and for the state to send their new license plates. In your dealer training manual, I'm also going to show you how to add substantially to your profits by charging what are called document fees, or sometimes they're referred to as administrative fees, depending on the state that you're obtaining your license in. You can charge these fees, which can really, really add up to the profit of every vehicle you're selling. But your state will have some specific regulations you must follow when you're adding these fees. You're going to learn how to legally advertise vehicles on your website or on the radio or newspaper. When you obtain your dealer license, advertising law changes. So we're going to cover your advertising regulations as well. Your manual will not only cover the state laws that come out of your capital city, but it's also going to cover the federal laws that come out of Washington. State and federal laws are covered extensively in your dealer training manual. The manual is going to show you how to run a vehicle history report on any vehicle that you're buying from an individual or taking on trade. You're going to be able to find out the last recorded mileage of the vehicle, along with any previous damage history, and you're also going to be able to find out if that customer owes any money on that vehicle as well. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I predict some of your customers are not going to be as honest as you are, and I predict you're going to have a scenario where you're either buying a vehicle from an individual or possibly taking a trade-in, and you'll ask that customer if they owe anything on this vehicle, and they'll look you straight in the eyes and say no. And you look it up and there's a lien on it somewhere. Well, you need to be aware of this because you want to make sure you never buy a vehicle with what's called an undisclosed lien. So I'm going to show you how to run vehicle history reports so you can make sure that a vehicle that you're buying from a customer does not have any money owed. And your manual is going to show you how to run a very, very important vehicle history report. Some of the customers may want to pay large amounts of cash for the vehicles that you're selling, which is fine. There are still some customers that want to bring in a great big stack of cash to pay for vehicles. Some of these transactions have to be reported to the IRS within 15 days, and your dealer training manual will cover that process as well. Speaking of cash, your dealer manual will cover cash transactions, but also goes in depth into financing. A very large portion of your customers are going to need a loan for the vehicle that you're selling. So if you do have the ability to assist your customers in getting a loan for the vehicle you're selling, you're probably going to sell a lot more vehicles. When you're helping your customer get a loan, there are some financing guidelines you need to be aware of, like what questions you may ask and not ask during a loan application interview. Financing law is covered extensively in this very easy to digest manner. So if you're helping your customers get loans for the vehicles you're selling, you're going to find some really valuable information. And I'm also going to show you how to find software programs that will do all of your financing for you. Later on, when you're growing, you might be hiring employees, and you will need to be aware of some employment law. So maybe you're going to be a one-person operation, that's great, but if you're growing and expanding and making a lot of money, you're probably going to hire some employees to help you. And your manual will give you some oversight on how to hire employees and maintain compliance with state and federal laws when and if you are hiring employees for your new business. Your dealer training manual is also going to have copies of all the forms that you're going to use when you're selling a vehicle, and it's going to make it as easy as possible for you to maintain your paperwork requirements. You will never have too much paperwork for your new business, and your dealer training manual will show you how. Your dealer training manual also includes the entire PowerPoint presentation that is included in my dealer training courses, which is going to be an additional benefit that supplements all the great information in your manual. If you've ever taken one of my inline classes or my in-person dealer training classes, then you've got to experience a very extensive PowerPoint presentation that includes very valuable contact information such as mailing addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and website addresses, in addition to all the content that's in the specific first sections of your dealer training manual. So every manual includes a copy of the PowerPoint presentation that was included in your dealer training course. But if you've never taken one of my dealer training courses, you'll find a wealth of great licensing information in the PowerPoint presentation that's included in your manual as well, and can really expedite the process of obtaining your dealer's license and running your new business after you receive your license as well. So when you are ready to order your dealer training manual, just go to your web browser and type in dealermanual.com. Once again, that's dealermanual.com, and you will be taken to the Automobile Dealer Training Association's Mimeo marketplace, and Mimeo is the company that produces our training manuals on demand. And you'll see my picture on the homepage there, and you're just going to scroll down here, click on the All Products link, and then over to the left of your screen there. And remember, you can click on the View Details of any one of those manuals, and you can literally look through every single page. And if you don't see your specific state's manual, you can go ahead and order the All States Dealer Training Manual that's going to apply for most of those states. So also, I want you to be aware, when you're ready to invest in that manual, you just click the Add to Cart there. And when you are ordering this, you can have your ordering status. So if you want to, you can actually have this manual delivered to your home as early as tomorrow. So Mimeo, the company that does our manuals, has a partnership with FedEx, and they can actually deliver the manuals to you tomorrow if that's convenient for you. They also have great customer service, so if you have any questions about your order, you're going to see their contact information as well, and then you'll be able to easily order that manual. And I really do believe that you're going to be very satisfied with these manuals. This is not just some little thin book here. As you can see, this is the Texas manual. We've got other manuals as well. Well, look at this thing. I mean, this is very thick. Some of these manuals have over 300 pages in them, so they're a real big, meaty book. So, this is something that you can lay out on your desk and use while you're first getting started or once you've gotten your license. I always recommend keeping this out. Well, this is really going to help you in your startup process. It's going to show you how to run your business, and I think that even if you've never taken one of my courses, that you're going to find a lot of advantages of ordering this manual. I'm so confident that you'll be satisfied. Like I said, you can scroll through every single page before you actually order the manual. Every one of these I've written is not available anywhere else. So I've taken everything I've learned about starting a dealership and put this into your dealer training manual, which I believe will save you tens or possibly hundreds of hours of research to help you not only apply and receive your license in the quickest manner, but to run your new business in compliance with state and federal guidelines and ensure that you have your dealer license for many, many years. Having a dealer's license tends to be a very profitable business, and any profitable business, such as having a dealer's license, does have some regulatory guidelines, and these manuals will break down the regulations in a very, very easy to understand manner. My goal is to help you maintain compliance so you can have your dealer license for many, many years. Once again, my name is Dallas Johnson, and I want to wish you the very best of luck with your new business. You can find your dealer training manual at dealermanual.com. Thank you very much.